What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live duel, or this is your first time watching. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going over two decks, two very meta decks of the format. You know, the big baddies. After tier, we're going to see a mirror match of Kashtira. I believe the player on the right side is playing the Brave package. I'm not too sure about the player on the left, but we shall see in the in this replay, I guess. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, help the channel a lot, and yeah, let's dive in. Let me know down in the comment section below what decks you guys want to see and who you think is going to win this match. Pause the video and do that real quick. It helps out the channel. And, you know, what Kashtira deck do you think is going to win? We're going to see the player on the left is going to be able to go first here. I'm going to start off with a Unicorn. So something with the Unicorn being able to activate the effect. Or actually, activating the effect of the Temple. So it's a Brave Kashtira mirror match here. Activating the Collector's Rare Rite of Aramasir, which is gorgeous. Summoning out that token, and then being able to summon the Fateful Adventure onto the field. You have to do the Unicorn first because, you know, once you control a monster, you can't special summon itself, which is, you know, definitely the fair part of the deck. You're going to activate the effect of the Unicorn here, being able to search for a spell, which is going to be the Birth here. Then you're activate the effect of the Fateful Adventure here, so you'll be able to search for a monster, then discard a card, searching for the not Draco back, my silly. Searching for the Griffin. And then I wonder what we're going to choose to negate. Or not to negate, to send. Potentially send a Birth if we have two in the hand. Or I guess we could send the Fenrir. We are going to send the Fenrir there, okay. We do have the Birth for that, I guess. Not the best. But we do have a negate as well, so like Griffin's still huge. Activate the Griffin effect to push himself out. Then we're going to activate the effect of Fateful Adventure here to search for the Draco back. I wish Griffin got an Ultra Printing, then the whole deck could be Ultra Rares, but Konami doesn't want to do that for us. And they made a Legal Knight a secret rare. Like, what are you guys doing? I don't know if they have any other play than this. Birth doesn't do too much, as well as Draco back in hand doesn't do anything as well. I guess looking into the extra deck, I don't think they have any other plays. There's no really extra deck monsters you want to go into that like would just be better than Griffin anyways, right? I think we potentially saw a... No, I don't even know what the other card is. It's a spell, I know that. Maybe it's a Papyrus here. I'm going to see a Birth being activated there. Let's be able to reborn out the Fenrir. Fenrir effect's going to activate there. Searching for the Rise Heart. Like, this is the only option, unless they have Theosis in hand. If they have Theosis in hand, that's a whole different story. Let's summon out the Rise Heart there. And then he already banished 3 cards. He knows what's going to happen here. I'm going to go for the Shangri-La here. I'm then going to activate the effect of the Arise Heart. Going to be probably banishing the Big Bang there. And then we're going to hit the 3 cards. And going to take a second to look at the 3 cards that he already banished. Because, you know, then we're going to be able to lock a zone off the Shangri-La. And then Big Bang's going to make the Unicorn be onto the field. It's crazy, like detach from the Shangri-La to summon itself out, like a wild card. We're gonna activate the Papyrus, so we did have a Papyrus in the hand as well. That's what it was. So this card, this just hand is just insane here. Going for the Fenrir, which is just cracked. Oh, pretty much the full board there. We could just make a Rise Heart on the Fenrir if we really wanted to. Or we could just overlay the Fenrir and the Rise Heart for number 89 and just see what deck they're playing, and then banish another zone as well. So over the Rise Heart, we're gonna go for our Rise Heart. Then we're gonna be using both the Unicorn and the Fenrir to go for the number 89. Activate the effect here. Looking at the extra deck, so here we are revealing that it is the mirror match, and then we're going to be putting the token on the field. So we're now locking 3 zones here. you know, they are using the tokens so that us players can see what's going on. Our viewers, being able to lock the saying like I'm locking the first 3 zones don't really do well on camera because as players we'll forget about that. As viewers we can forget about that. So just being able to put it on the field is great. Then we're going to see the Zeus being banished face down here. And the effect is going to activate locking both zones and then locking or banishing some more cards. I believe it's 4 cards off the top of the opponent's deck now. I'm going to attach that Big Bang. And then banishing the 4 from the top of the deck, and that Shangri-La will lock once again. They did slide a few cards off the table there by accident, so they're going to shuffle up the deck. Making it fair. You don't want to see it like you're kind of cheating like that. They are on camera. And this is just a local, so banishing the top 4 cards, checking it out. We see a Draco back there, banished. Looks like he thought for a second about scooping at that. And then we're going to see the Temple being equipped. So when it gets sent to graveyard, when it pops a card, it won't negate it. I mean, they can just activate it again in the graveyard. Only lock 3 zones, though. I feel like you lock more than 3 off that, but because you lock 1 off the Arise Heart, you lock 2 off of 89, and then 3 are 1 off Arise Heart, 2 off 89, and then 1 off Arise Heart. So there should be 4 zones locked there, if I'm not mistaken. Then we're going to be seeing the Arise Heart's going to activate its effects. And it's going to target they're declaring some chain links here. They're activating the Arise Heart, activating Shangri-La, and then activating 89 here is going to banish. They have 8 in their banish zone, so they're going to banish another 8, which is going to be a grand total of 16 if I'm not mistaken, unless they did something else there. They have Shifter too. Wow. That's going to lock another zone, so now all their monster zone are locked. And I just feel like you just scoop. I mean, I would have scooped way before. I wouldn't even given my opponent my extra deck. As soon as I knew that was on the field, and as well as the Griffin, I would have just scooped it up. Oh, this is all off standby phase. Wow. Standby phase of Shangri-La. Then, the activates effects to equip. And, you got don't even, he shows his opponent his extra deck too. Showing that he's on the Brave engine. What are you doing, Jason? No. I'm proud of Jason. Jason's pretty new to the game. He's only been around for almost as long as the channel's been around. I think he was only here for 2 months prior to the channel being made. So big shout out to him for his long journey through the Yu-Gi-Oh. He started off. I remember he started off playing Zoo, and that was rough. I felt bad, when Zoo got hit and he had just got into the game, and then your deck gets hit. It was very rough at that time. But he stuck through it. He ended up playing Sword Soul, and he kind of developed getting good off of Sword Soul. It was pretty crazy. Like the development of Jason himself, from playing the game, just being a beginner, fresh new to the game, and to where he is now. That's a huge feat for him. So definitely congratulations to you, Jason, and big shout outs for being in a lot of my videos and for being a good sport always at the game. We all have stuff to learn, right? Everyone, even YCS players, are learning stuff every single day. I learn stuff every time I watch one of these videos. Something new pops up. Like the other day, I learned about the branded interaction for 2 losses on the field, which was kind of crazy. Yeah, leave me down in the comment section your guys' tips to getting better at the game. Maybe it's sponsoring people or getting coached on not Spotify, on Metafy or something like that. But yeah, you guys let me know down in the comment section. What do you guys think is the best way to get better at the game? And I'll make sure to reply to every one of those tips with stuff, and I'll most likely try them out. I'm always wanting to get better at the game. I would love to get a YCS top at least. Seeing some siding in and siding out here. The matchup is interesting. I feel like Ibli is kind of huge in the matchup. I know in OCG you saw Mushroom Man too. That's not really being played around here. I remember when that card skyrocketed in price. Oh, it's the next $20 card. Rah, rah, rah. Didn't even see played. I haven't even seen it played in one deck list. Ibli is just so much better over here. I mean, the point of it is still the same. It does activate during the standby phase, which is kind of funny, but it's just not good enough. But here we're cutting up the decks and going into the game 2 here, with the player on the right is going to choose who's going to go first, and they're definitely going to choose themselves. We see a Judgment, an Ash Blossom, a Rite of Aramasir, and another card I wasn't able to identify. We're going to see the token being summoned out onto the field in attack position, which is kind of weird. And then they're going to place the Fateful Avenger on the field. This is the kind of stuff that, you got to remember a little bit. Don't place the Rite of Aramasir in the graveyard until the chain's done resolving, or else you're going to feel like you're not going to be able to place the Fateful. And you don't want to get sharked like that. Then they're going to activate the Fateful effect, searching for the Griffin Rider, and they're going to be sending to the graveyard the Scareclaw. Then on the Griffin activation, they're going to search for the Dracoback. They have Ash Blossom. There's no way they normal summon Ash go into Burn the Flare. There's no way, right? There's not a world where you do that, right? I mean, Birth can summon out the Scareclaw Kashtira. That's very fair. Normal summoning the Ash Blossom, and we're going to see it. They're going to go for the Burn the Flare, choosing the 2 Omni Negates that lose 2 Dark Ruler No More, and then setting the Judgment to play around Dark Ruler No More, and then passing. We're going to see a draw for turn here. They have 6 cards in hand. They're going to summon out a Unicorn right off the bat. So that last card in hand is not an Imperm. That trap card we're seeing is not an Imperm. They're going to activate a Rite of Aramasir here. Is there a world where you negate this? Both of them negate activations, so you will be able to activate another one if you have another one in hand. We're going to see the Griffin going to attempt to negate by shuffling it back. They're going to be able to activate the Unicorn here. They're going to look at the extra deck. They go the gimme, gimme, gimme. Spreading it out. And they are on 2 Zeuses here. So they're going to go for the number 11. The Big Eye. And they have the Dracoback, which is very unfortunate in hand as well. That's an evenly matched. Okay. So we see a Dracoback, another spell card, evenly matched, and the Scareclaw Kashtira. So not the greatest of hands. Reading the Dracoback, if they're thinking what I'm thinking, I don't think you can equip your Dracoback to their token, and then because it's equipped to bounce a card. But I definitely think that's what they're thinking about. That would be pretty sick, though. I'm not gonna lie. The Brave Mirror would be kind of cracked. Dracoback would be an insane card. They're going to activate Triple Tactics Thrust here, search for a card. So now we know all the cards in their hand. They got the Evenly, they have the Dracoback, as well as the Scareclaw Kashtira. You can just add Rite of Aramasir off this, and it was negated deactivation, so you can just activate another one. Or a Prosperity too, that's also a very fair choice. Papyrus could also be added, to be able to search for a Fenrir. But you definitely don't negate this. I'm glad they didn't choose to negate this off the Burn the Flare, because you definitely wait till they search the card, they activate, and then you just negate that one. Because if they have another one, then you're getting hard punished. You're searching for the evenly matched. That would let me know that they have 2 evenly matches in hand. They're going to go to battle phase, whack into the Unicorn, or Unicorn's going to be whacked into the run to flare, and they're gonna go double. And they have the judgment. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, paying 4,000 to negate that. Oh, I forgot completely about that judgment. That's just crazy. The unicorn, then the second home, the Baron, and the second one. That's just correct here. Is there a world where you also standby phase bounce the bounce to search for the to put the Scareclaw on the field? No, you just go for game there, right? You have enough for game, especially with the birth on the field. We're gonna see going into game 3 here. We did see those going first cards just being so crazy. Solemn Judgment will forever be a card that's just played around like some formats. We're gonna see it come and go for the rest of our lives, for the rest of Yu-Gi-Oh's lives. It's a very good card, like still to this day. I don't love the paying 4,000 part of it, but imagine if it's like pay 2,000 to get a card. With all these cards that we have these days, being in a counter trap card that just stops any like spell or trap effects or monster effect is just crazy. Like this, and it can stop a normal summon. Like what? We do see a Ghost Mourner being sighted on the player on the left side here, and they're going to choose who's going to go first or second. So it's interesting that they are choosing to play that. And then we see on the right player's side that they are playing these Swords of Seven, the Swords of Seven, whatever it's called. That could be possibly because they don't own Prosperities, but I think that card's definitely not as good. I mean, it's not anywhere near as good as Prosperities are, but it definitely changes the extra deck. Like we see them not playing the Prosperity targets, like the Entis and the Garua. We're gonna see the player on the left going to start back, going into the game 3 here, activating the planet, searching for the unicorn. And then they're going to be able to special summon out the unicorn there. Shuffling that deck up real good. We are getting close to time here. They're going to summon out the unicorn. And we're going to see Jason going to walk away here. I don't even know why. Maybe upset about it. We see them explaining some cards. I mean, what do they have in hand? They have another Theosis, perhaps? I'm not sure why you'd have to leave mid-match here. Coming back, it was GC, so not that long. We're after the effect of Unicorn. It's going to go through. We do see a Prosperity as well, searching for the Birth there. And we know that if they activate Birth, they could normal summon out the Fenrir. And they have Papyrus. Okay, so they have Papyrus and they Birth in hand. There a world where you save one of these for next turn? No, you just definitely go full combo. But you'd lose to Nib. And like you don't really want to play around Nib going. I mean, you want to play around Nib into game 3. You activate Prosperity here, banishing 89. The for hire, going for 6 here. Having to pay that cost. Needing one more for it. Are they playing Double Zeus? They're keeping the Baron de Flare, which is interesting to me. Or maybe they did banish the Baron. We didn't get to see right there those last 2 cards. They're going to be able to reveal 6. I see 2 Lava Golems going in first. The Griffin, the Papyrus, and a D barrier there. So I guess that other trap card in the hand could be D barrier. They're going to choose to go for D barrier there. I mean, they already have the pressure planet, and they definitely don't want those lava golems. I'm not sure why the lava golems are in there going first, but what works for them might work for you. We're going to see them activate the Papyrus or Theosis. My bad. You get Ash Blossom. Unicorn's going to activate the card effect, and it's going to be able to banish here. And you probably banish the Baron de Flare. Yeah. Going to banish the Baron face down. They're going to activate the Birth here. And that's going to let them normal summon out the Fenrir. Fenrir is going to search for the Rise Heart main monster card. You can see 2 Ash Blossoms in their hand as well. They're going to summon out the Rise Heart, and then they're going to go into Shangri-La, activate the effect of the Rise Heart, banishing the 3, as well as the Big Bang, making it level 7, starting to lock their zone, so locking that main monster zone number 1. They're going to be seeing the Shangri-La, or the Big Bang, summon out the Fenrir. They want to be able to summon out another XYZ. Going for the Diabolos, so maybe they're on two number 89s. And they're going to be able to banish some cards here. And it's going to look at the extra deck, and they're going to lock another zone. The Donner here, okay. So locking the second zone here, and then that effect's going to activate again, banishing the 5 cards. So now we have 10 banished in total. That's going to be pretty rough. And then locking a third zone here. We're going to see the Birth Reborning out the Fenrir. Could you imagine if these cards were not once per turn? That'd be busted. Setting 2 cards and then passing their turn here. Will they be able to break this board? Was that a Lava Golem? That was a Lava Golem. Jason, let's go. During the standby phase, they will be able to activate the card effect, searching for the unicorn there. That's one thing that I have to say about Jason. He has to slow down a little bit. But, I would have done the exact same thing. I remember I was playing in the final or semifinals of the OTS championship, and my opponent just goes Circular Sigma, and then I just what did I do? I called by the Sigma or something like that. I don't know. I used Abyssal to banish it, and then he didn't even activate the effect. He just had the other one in hand, so I just mega punted there. You definitely use the effect to negate it first. You wait till they activate the effects, because he potentially wouldn't have even done standby phase Shangri-La. Most likely he would have, but there's always a chance. And here we're going to see the Rite of Aramasir going to summon out that token, then going for the Fateful as well as that Unicorn being special summoned. I'm going to activate the Unicorn effect here to search for a spell card. Just going to go for that Theosis. And then their Unicorn is going to activate the effect here, which is going to be banishing a card from their extra deck. Going for that Lina. Interesting choice here. I guess they're trying to go for all their link monsters, so that those 2 D-Bears they have set can't do anything. You can't just do anything. They're trying to lock your opponent. I can see what's happening here. Then we're going to be seeing the Diabolos is going to banish 10 more cards face down. Activate the D-Barrier, calling XYZ. And they're going to be activating a Papyrus here, which is going to be summoning out, I believe, a Fenrir. And then off that Fenrir, they're going to search for Draco back. And here, they're equipping the Draco back. Why would you not activate the effect, search for a monster, and then send the Draco back? We're going to see the Fenrir effect here is going to search for a monster, going for their Rise Heart of their own, going for another Fenrir, okay. Then that's going to summon out these Scareclaws and be able to summon out by Birth. Or Birth's not even on the field here. They're going to be banishing the Fenrir to summon out the Scareclaw here. They can bounce it back to their hand. They're going to give them the lava golem once again with the Draco back there. Pretty cool interactions you can make. Um, but I don't think they can actually kill the lava golem. Yeah, they do have one card left in hand. I don't know if it's an Ash Blossom or not, but they reveal I have another D barrier. Like, oh no, they're gonna take 1,000 off the lava golem. They could activate the Fenrir effect or the unicorn effect here if they wanted to. They definitely should activate the unicorn effect. Oh, then they realize that they could activate that, but it's a little bit too late for that because they moved on to the main phase, unfortunately. And they can only activate one in response, apparently. I did not know that. That's fun facts, I guess. I feel like they could have also like gone battle phase, attack with the Fenrir into the lava golem. But you want to leave them on a lava golem. So close to time too. We're gonna see the birth's gonna special summon out the unicorn there. And because of monster special summon, you could activate the effect of the Fateful Adventurer here. They're gonna attempt to go into battle phase. It looks like, as we saw that attack of the there, it looks like we picked up the lava golem to declare an attack. It's going to attack into the unicorn, and then we're going to see unicorn attack into the token, dealing some damage there. And they're going to activate a fateful adventure of their own, and showing like, oh, time got called. Okay, so they're going to be dealing enough damage with the unicorn being able to attack into the token. They're going to reveal that they had stuff like what you're going to be able to do. I'm not too sure what would have happened. You know, D barrier is still huge in the game, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay safe. Peace.